Oh yeah. Monday night. Where is it you want to be? It's 100 degrees out. You might want to sit here with us at Detect America. You got me and Frank Lopergola. We're here to entertain you for the next hour or so. Maybe we might even talk about metal detecting. I don't know. Can't guarantee anything. But for right now, we're waiting while Frank goes and starts his show on Detect America Facebook page. And I'll tell you, we're going to talk a lot tonight. A couple topics we got to hit. And I can tell you this much. We have a good couple of shows coming in the next couple weeks. Dilek Ganule from Note to Detectives is going to come on. Awesome chick, okay? Steve Moore from Garrett, and I think KG is going to be joining us. I was told if we had to have Steve Moore on, that we got to allow this guy named KG to come on. So, and from what I understand, Ringy won't be able to make it because this guy's going to Australia. Like, come on, man. Come on. Then the week after that, we've got two of the nicest guys in the world, Gary Hoover and Mark Penta coming in.
It'll be Mark Penta and Gary Hoover.
What did I say?
No, that's what you said.
I said Mark.
I got it backwards.
Did I say something backwards? Well, you know what? I do that. Did
Mark
I say
Penta and Gary Hoover, you said.
Listen, I apologize because you know what? They're the greatest guys in the world. So it's Mark Hoover and Gary Penta. And I'm sure they're going to laugh that I screwed their names up. But
now, anybody that's out there right now and they're watching on the Facebook page, Detective America page,
I can check that. I'm going to check that right now. Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Look at that. That looks good. Let's see the volume we get. Oh, yeah. All right. Sounds good, bro.
Good.
So we've got that accomplished. I mean, I was trying to do. Oh, my God. I can't. You know what? I have to address that right now. I want to tell you something. That internet sensation. What's this? Haktua, whatever. Dude, I got to tell you something. I think that is the stupidest thing. I like some of that stuff. I get a laugh at some of that stuff. But that, I'm sorry, is just dumb. But everybody's having their little giggles with it. So, you know, let's just let it roll. So, buddy, how are you tonight?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm destroying metal detecting, but I'm good.
The Ugly Gear USA. I listen. I just want to touch on this, or even talk for an hour about it. You know what? You're getting requests from everybody and their brother.
I know.
For headphones.
I'm desperately trying to keep up.
Ugly Box.
Ugly Box has made. Ugly Box goes in spurts, and it's been like that since we started. And it goes, gets really busy, then it dies off. It is, and it's not even Christmas. We are the busiest right now than we have ever been.
But I got to say something, folks. Honestly, it's weird. I really wish I didn't have to even say it like this, but we need to keep spreading the word that Ugly Gear USA is number one, a web page now. Number two, the Ugly Box and Aquatex are being produced.
Because, and we are a web page. We do have a web page, guys, but I want to make sure everybody knows that the dealers that you dealt with before are still dealing. We're still sending stuff to the dealers. And
well, what I'm talking about is you talked to a dealer today, and the guy says, "Oh man, I love those products. I want them. I thought you were out of business."
Yep. Well, he now, and he's a huge dealer too.
But this is why I'm saying that, you know what, folks, and I see it all across the web. Someone will say, I need headphones, or I got a coin to clean, blah blah. And people are out there spreading the ugly word, and we really need you to spread the ugliness because, unfortunately, I don't know how it's like. I guess it's like a Facebook post. If you don't hit bump, it goes to the bottom of the page, and
Yeah,
then
exactly, and it does, and that's why we talk about it every now and then. And I want to introduce. So we've been talking about our 3DP stuff, and I have people ask me about it. Not other than the cool little hockey puck padded coin cases for your pouch. We really aren't putting anything out there until
now did you
it
say?
gets printed and it gets tested. So we had come up with the Equinox coil ear protectors, and then and Steve's like, well, they look a little thin. I was like, no, they're strong. So I actually did a test on them this past week. We did it. We did a stress test, and they broke at about 35 pounds, which was probably doable, but not good enough. So we spent the last 10 days coming up with the Robo ears, and I stopped the test at 70. Um, these suckers are
Well,
these are not going to break.
there's a post by Don Went that says that's nothing. He'll only buy it if it passes the Steve stress test. So I need to start sitting on them, and if they don't break, they're good enough.
Well, they're carbon fiber, by the way, guys. So if you do the Steve stress test, they may turn into diamonds.
Yeah, you may get a diamond back. Yes.
Yeah,
So,
that's the thing. Where I convert anything that goes on the machine that has is weight bearing. These are carbon fiber. These are solid.
but if you
Uh,
guys would just keep spreading the word of uglygearusa.com.
so if you have an Equinox 600 or 800, uh, these are going to be one of the giveaways tonight. If you guys,
So
I really need the feedback on them.
also, keep an eye on the page because he comes up with other stupid stuff he might throw out there.
We've got from the 3DP, and it's hard for me to keep up with the 3DP because I'm literally we're taking orders every single day on Ugly Box. It's you get in that season right now where I stocked a bunch of dealers with headsets with Aquatex. We're waiting on parts to come in from overseas because we kind of got screwed on a bunch of parts from overseas. But it's good because as they lighten up, we stock the dealers, they lighten up, and the Ugly Box is just insane, right? I when I tell you 30 or 40 individual orders in the past like 10 days.
Are you trying to put an Ugly Box in every household
And every
in
house.
America? I mean, because I honestly, these things keep selling. So you get people that buy and buy and buy. Like I don't know, man. It's like it's just
Let's put it this way. We started when Ronnie DeGhetto came on board is pretty much when we started the newest version of the Ugly Box, and we are approaching 7,000 units right now. That doesn't count the Tupperware models that came before, which was another couple of thousand of them. So we're around 7,000 units right now sold.
I want to where did I posted this picture? I want to share this to you because it's pretty. I'm going to share my picture. Well, I thought I could of my scoop, and a lot of people were saying, weld this thing, blah blah blah. But all right, let me share this page, and you can put this on the screen. But
Daniel Lewis, I will send you one out with your 2 bottles I got sitting right here.
What do I do here? Never mind. Present. Share screen. Share screen. You're probably gonna look at half of my Facebook stuff, but show that picture. Have you seen this?
I did. I saw it.
You probably even saw this when it started to crack years ago. I have literally had this scoop I bought it when I first started metal detecting. I can tell you this much. The price literally went up about $100 since I bought this thing.
Right.
I told you how long ago I bought this. Look at the split on that. Look, and you know what I noticed? Look at the front face. Look how bent up that is. I have dug. I think I used it to chop up my front sidewalk.
I I used them. I used them to break up the ice and stuff.
I mean, I have used that in some of the. I listen. I don't baby anything I have. I got to tell you, it's yeah, yeah. See, that's the funny. Everyone says have it welded, have it welded. I don't necessarily. I bought a new one. I don't necessarily want to have it welded. I want to retire this thing.
Hang it on the wall.
Um, it has a carbon fiber scoop that. Let's see. I used to have the wooden ones in there, and they kept breaking and breaking. And I Bob Brown got me the carbon fiber scoop, and I don't know how he got it to fit in there. I think he had to bang it in there like crazy. But and you know what? I just used that scoop yesterday. Yesterday.
You used that scoop yesterday.
Yeah. That exact scoop. And that was the last day because I got the new one in the box here. I just got to, you know what? I'm probably going to use this thing again tomorrow because I got the box. I got to open that up and put it together. But
now, did you get a new carbon fiber shaft or?
Yeah, new carbon fiber shaft and a new. I like the T-Rex. You know, so,
I started with the T-Rex, and
well,
I left. I went to the Stealth because I liked the V, and the round bottom T-Rex kind of rolled on me. But now with the Stealth with the V bottom rolls even more. So I should go back to the T-Rex.
Question, okay, because you've been in this hobby a little longer than me. Wasn't there a time the T-Rex was like the only scoop out there?
When the T-Rex came out, it was a big deal because you got to realize,
yeah,
they were making those goofy little baskets that everybody buys when you first get into metal detecting. They were making them stronger for guys on the beach, but the T-Rex was really the first really rugged, heavy duty kind of beach scoop that was out there a lot. That people got to see and jumped on.
And I got to tell you something. Then the other scoops came out, the Stealth.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
The other ones. Listen, I am not downplaying. Those other scoops, they're good. There's a lot that are heavy duty. And the problem is you buy cheap ones and they're not.
Yeah.
But you know.
But what I paid for the Stealth, then you're talking 10 years ago.
Yeah.
What I paid for the Stealth. Now you've got extreme scoops. You've got a lot of companies coming out that are as strong and not. Listen, I've got probably $500 or $600 10 years ago wrapped up in that.
But here's the thing: the competition is not bringing the price down. We see that the competition between metal detectors is bringing the price down for metal detectors, but these scoops no, and they actually went up in price.
Yeah.
But
stainless steel had a big jump during COVID. I mean, a huge jump.
Yeah, it did. So you see that they're still expensive. The scoops are just still expensive, and I just for the beach, I'm telling you, I dig that thing. I will fill that whole thing with sand. I will lift it up. I will drag it. I will stomp on it. I will bend it back like a gorilla, and you can see what happened.
Yeah.
So I think I got my money's worth out of that.
Oh yeah, I mean,
that thing has found
what you paid for 10 years ago.
That thing has found a lot of gold rings on that beach before Frank could get to them. That's all I'm saying.
That's an easy task because Frank didn't get to too many.
Dude, we used to have some fun together. You know what? And it never mattered who found it.
It's that. And you know what? I moved down here, and it's like, well, it's all beach. It's all going to be. It's such a different beach than.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm having problems out here. I'm having frustration. I'm going to remove this since we're done. I'm having frustration. We've had a lot of beaches in South Jersey that have been replenished.
That's the thing, man. Quicksand.
Well, that's one. Yeah, that's true. They've been replenished. This weekend, the tides were wrong. As New Jersey metal detecting on the beach is the best time to go is 2 hours before low tide. You can walk the surf and you don't have to go out to your waist. You can find good rings that have been dropped right on the edge of the surf. Unfortunately, the time after this was one of the biggest weekends. There was nothing but asses and elbows on those from the top of Jersey down to the bottom. I don't think you could put your foot on the beach, which is a good time to go detecting. However, 2 hours before low tide was 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, right,
And
right.
on these beaches, 1 o'clock everywhere was packed. But I got to tell you something. I went out yesterday because I had talked to somebody. Now, I don't want to mention their name, but I got to tell you something. When you get good friends in this hobby, keep them because they're hard to find. And I had called this guy, and he might even be watching the show. He'll know who I'm talking about. I called him. I said, dude, what am I doing? What I got to do? I can't get on the beach. I go, I'm not going out at 1 o'clock in the morning anymore. I go to bed at 9. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to wait till after dinner because the tide's still hot. He goes, listen. He goes, go out in the morning when you like to go. And he goes, hunt the dry sand. He said, right now there's not too many people in the water. He goes,
It's so cold.
walk the towel line. Okay. So I did. I went to the beach. I got out there 8 o'clock in the morning. And high tide was around 10. So the tide was really way up. And I'm walking the sand. Well, it was a little hot. So, oh my man, it was funny. But so I wound up stopping, and it was where I was a big surfer. They were near the jetties. There was a jetty there, and there were tons of surfers.
Where
And
OC?
no, I'll tell you later.
Oh yeah, okay.
It was South Jersey, but no, it wasn't there. No, yeah, I know what you're thinking, but no, this was different. I'll have to explain it to you. So a lot of surfers catching a lot of waves. So I don't know how I got talking to these two surfers because they were sitting up on the beach or sitting there. And he's like, yeah, metal detecting's cool. He goes, I think that's a cool hobby. I said, yeah, it is. You can always find things. And as I'm talking to him, I find a silver ring, right? And the guy's looking at me. I'm like, wow, look, I found a silver ring. I said, sometimes you look, wait a minute, here's another one. So I found 2 rings, and I'm like, wow. I mean, that doesn't really happen. And he's like, yeah, that's a pretty cool hobby you got. Well, about 3 seconds later, I find a stainless steel ring, which of course, it comes out. It had gold on it, but it wasn't gold. I go, listen, bud, I got to tell you something. I go, you don't ever see this metal. You don't ever find them like this metal detecting. And I said, that's an anomaly. Well, they were the only 3 pieces of jewelry I found all day.
Right. You just happened to hit a drop.
But let me tell you something. I stayed on that beach till about, I'll say, 10:30. I stayed on there pretty long, and I walked pretty darn far. And I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to go to another beach. So I picked up, and I went out to another beach. I didn't find jack shit, dude. Nothing.
You're still. I don't want to say it's early. You're after 4th of July, but it's still kind of early.
Yeah, but no, I'm watching. There's a lot of things being found. There's a lot of things being recovered. So things are getting dropped, and there was a lot of things that got dropped over the weekend. I'm sure. I just the deal. It's like finding a needle in the hay. So that's what I said to myself. I said, listen, this is like I feel like being on the dry sand is like finding a needle in a haystack. But how many of us have been on the beach and actually found that needle?
Well,
Am I right?
You had a couple good finds up in that dry over the years.
So you will find a needle in a haystack.
We were in Jersey a couple weeks ago, and the only target pulled up in the dry, Celeste got the silver ring.
And the funny thing is, when I go to that spot and I go to the bathroom, everybody's asking for you.
Yeah, well, they put that plaque up dedicating that men's room to me.
Yeah, they put the plaque up in honor of you. But I do want to get out. I'm going to get out tomorrow and hit the low. I know. I don't know what's going to happen. I still don't know where I'm going to go. But we went out on a Tuesday afternoon to a popular beach, and in the 2 hours I was there, I saw 5 other detectorists on the beach.
Yeah,
Now,
it's happening.
there's a lot of detectorists out there, so the competition is one thing. Um, you know, all right. Do I want to go out there and find money? No, but
And
think about,
that's the thing. The newbies are going to probably clean up on the clad,
well, that's okay, but there's not that much clad out there anymore.
right?
Everyone's out there using their cards. There's not much clad. Um,
Yeah, man, you can
and
order a pizza on your phone and have it delivered to the beach now.
really,
Yeah,
thanks for the tip.
you can. That
Uh,
it's Domino's, so
so, and then you find a ring and it comes up looking, I mean, yeah, you get nice ring. It sits in the beach like that, and you go, oh, now you can't think that it's going to be gold. There's a 90% chance that it's not.
yeah, that's the thing. The old days. Listen, if you had a, and we had 20 ring summers, and if you had a 20 ring summer, you were going to get two, three
Yeah.
gold, couple silver. That's not the. First of all, you're not getting 20 ring summers, and you're lucky if any of them are gold.
And I do promote the ring finders. I think it's great. Um, there's a lot of ring finders out there. There's a lot of ring finders doing returns for people.
I got to give a shout out to Alex Corpian down here. Uh, One, because he's an amazing ring finder, and two, because he wears Aquatex. But the dude's amazing. I don't know if he's got radar or what, but he just
Wait a
doesn't
minute.
he goes on ring finds. He just doesn't get beat.
You're not giving the Aquatex the credit. You're giving him the credit for finding them.
Well, listen. I don't want to steal his thunder, but it probably has a lot to do with the Aquatex.
Probably a lot to do with it. Yeah, there's a lot of great ring finders out there, and I give them guys a lot of credit. It's a tough thing to do.
He's just like he amazes me with his ability to pull these things off the beach. I mean, off anywhere.
Yeah. So yeah, I do. I see some of his posts. I it's tough reading Facebook anymore. I don't know, but yeah, and you haven't even been out detecting.
I had and the thing is I get used to the summertime slowing down on everything. Summertime is generally, guys, when it comes to ugly box, summertime is dead.
Mm.
It really is. Summertime dies for the ugly box. It picks up when everybody starts going back inside and they start cleaning. But it hasn't been. Then actually, Aquatech slowed down because we stocked up the dealers. But
You
the
never.
ugly box has not stopped.
I had the solution for that, and you never wanted to follow through with my idea.
What was that?
Slave labor.
Yeah.
Chain them to the bench, okay, and force them to make ugly boxes. It works in other parts of the country. When they're making sneakers and stuff. Reeboks? You think Reeboks are made by union employees? Hell no.
I wonder if they have any spares. Build the ugly box is just like building a Reebok.
Hell
All right.
no. Well, listen.
We got to talk a little bit. People are antsy.
Oh,
I know. Yes, I. Yes, I am the worst thing to happen to metal detecting, as you've all heard.
well,
Um,
let me preface this.
Go
Let me
ahead.
let me explain one thing. I got some things to say about this. Um, I don't want to get into this too far. I don't want this to become typical Facebook drama. I'm sick of it, as you guys know. I just want to be here to do our show. I want to say one thing. We've been doing Detect America for 10 years, and we've been through good times, bad times,
Yeah.
rough times, smooth times. But when it comes to doing this show, I'm going to say, if I say me, because I get a little rant here and I say me, I'm talking about Frank and I. A lot of the decisions are made between Frank and I, and we've been getting along for 10 years. There's no major, like I quit the show a couple times, but that wasn't Frank's fault. He didn't want to give me a raise. But what I want to say is,
I
I want
offered you a coil ear protector.
to sit on. I want to talk about our format. Okay. When we do a show like this, it's all laughs and giggles and jokes, and I don't mind the funny stuff and people acting a fool. But when we have a guest come on our show, and we've had some pretty good guests, okay? Number one, we decide who comes on this show. No one tells me who we. I had a guy one time that was telling me who I. He started out with going, "Hey, check this guy out. You might want to have him on the show." I checked him out. I didn't like it. Then he goes, "What's the matter?" I said, "Well, thanks for the offer, but well, I'm passing on this." Oh, no, no, no! You have to. This guy hounded me so much that I wound up sending him a message telling him to leave me alone. That he thought he was more important than he really was, and that you don't. No one tells us who to have on our show. Okay, you may give me a suggestion, and I may follow through with it, and that's nice, and I appreciate that. But the buck stops here, guys. Okay, the buck stops here. Then when we have our guest on the show, I want nothing more than to give this guest our undivided attention. Okay. I want to treat there's been some guests that have been very anxious about coming on, and
Oh yeah.
I've got to calm them down. So the chat and our guest are two separate things. I don't read the chat while I interview someone, okay? Because I'm giving them my undivided attention. Um, if by any chance I see a question in the chat, I may use that and bring that up with our guest. That doesn't mean you're part of the Detect America panel and have input on the rest of our show forever. You know what I mean? It just means that I caught your question. Hey, I think that's a good idea to ask. I am not here to be your interviewer. I am not here to get my questions, and I respect our long time respected members. Okay, I, if you understand what I'm saying,
Yep.
If you're a long time respected member, you know who you are, and I don't even have to say your name. But if I see something in the chat from one of you guys, that's going to get more attention because I've either met you, I know you to be on our page forever, and I know you to be conscientious and congenial about what you type. When we have a guest, the chat is not to come on here and, how do I put it, attack our guest with your questions. I am not your henchman to take your question and attack one of our guests because you don't like something about their company or whatever. I am not here
Hey,
to.
Neo, good to see you, buddy.
I am not there to. I ask the questions. No one tells me what questions to ask. Now, we've sometimes put out there, hey, if you have any questions beforehand,
And we've drawn from them when
we
there's
will.
questions
We
that came
will.
up that are good. Absolutely.
But no one is going to tell me how to conduct my interview. No one is going to come into our chat and try and take over, and they think they're going to harass our guest. It's just not going to happen. And I know it's redundant to talk to the names I'm seeing in this chat right now. I see all these names that, believe me, you're not. Maybe you're not. Well, Michael Baumhoff, yeah, you're probably the guy I'm talking to. Don Went. Let's face it. You
Well,
know what?
actually, you scroll down this list now, and just about throw a stone and hit one, and it's a possibility that
But
they're going to have an
you can
intelligent question.
listen.
We're going to
I've always told you. You guys can come on here, break my balls, say whatever you want about me. For the most part, I know a couple comments. You break my stones. Don't talk about my family. Talk about me. We learned that lesson one time. I didn't like that, and I got through that. That was nothing. I really I have a really thick skin. I have a ball. I love it, but
That's the thing. He's not really that big. It's the thick skin.
I'm all skin. But
Just
when
it's almost bulletproof.
listen, I'm here to have my guests come on and promote themselves, promote their products, because that's why they're here, aren't they? They're here to promote their stuff. Like, I'm just thinking about some of the people we've had. Mark Anthony, great guy. He's here to promote his business.
Every manufacturer that exists has been on the show several times.
I'm not here to chase them away, and we're not going to let someone come in on our chat and chase
listen,
them away.
Listen, let's say there's let's say there is a product that we just simply don't like. It's not my job to confront the manufacturer or the dealer or whatever and say, you're putting out junk. No, it's my job to let them spew everything they want to tell you about that machine. That's what we're here for.
But
and
hold
then
on.
You take that up in the field. Then you take that up in the chat.
If it's your opinion,
exactly.
No one, I'm not doing that for anyone else. If my opinion is, because I've talked about some products. What did I talk about? A couple of things. A couple of machines or something I just didn't like, and I'm not afraid to admit that. But I'm not coming here to fight your battle. You're more than welcome to, and I'm not.
But even now, we don't do that. If Joe Schmo puts out a metal detector and he's on our show, I'm not going to attack him. I want him to tell me everything there is to know about that machine. And then that's when we talk about it later on. And we, was he telling the truth and was he not telling the truth? Because it leads in, and Steve talked me off the ledge a little bit. I don't care. I don't care what you think about me. If you're a YouTuber or whatever, I really don't give a crap what you think about me.
I tell you exactly what I think about you.
I have a problem with people that and it's any machine on the planet, any piece of equipment on the planet. I have a problem with people that will bash it, put it down, take it apart before anyone has had their hands on it. Okay, and if that rubs you the wrong way, I'm really not sorry, but that's the way it is. If you don't like the color of a machine, you're entitled not to like the color of the machine. You're not entitled to say the machine's a piece of crap because of the color of the machine. You don't know anything. Don't tell me you read the specs, because the spec sheets are almost identical. I mean, basically, it's the internal mechanisms that they're not releasing to you because they're not releasing their proprietary stuff. It's the stuff that you can't learn until you have the machine in your hand. That's my point. If you want to jump on me because I don't have 19 million YouTube followers, you're right. Maybe if I did YouTube videos, I'd have more. But since I don't give a crap about YouTube videos, I don't.
I do want to say this, and I am going to put a disclaimer. You know me and my disclaimers, but I got to say this. No one has permission, unless granted by Frank or I, to use any portion or all of this broadcast in any other manner specified. We do not give you permission to.
Not that we wouldn't if you ask us.
Well, no, I'm saying you have to ask us, and we take it on a case-by-case basis. But you're not allowed to use, and there's legal. I'm not a legal guy. I don't want to go down the legal avenues. But if you're going to take our show and broadcast it on your venue to promote yourself, promote your page, I am looking into the legalities of that. You're welcome to talk about us anywhere on the internet. Say whatever you want. Gee, go on the internet and say I'm fat. Okay, like I'm really gonna care. You can say whatever you want about me. If you want to post, if you want to talk,
I don't think that person would do that.
If you want to talk about our show without slandering, okay, because you got to be careful. You're not slandering, because if you're going to put my face on your page and say stuff about me, it could turn into being slander. And Don and Mike, you guys can slander me just as long as you slander here. But if you're going to take our show and use it in the improper way, that's not necessarily going to go overlooked. I'd like to deal with this in a political and polite fashion and say, hey, if you're considering that, I'm going to ask you at this point to reconsider taking our show and using it without permission, using any portion of it without our permission. Like I said, you want to go on there and talk about us all you want, that's fine. You want to post a link to our show so people can see it themselves, that's fine. That you're sharing the broadcast. But if you're going to take my broadcast and use it to gain fame, fortune, or everything that goes with it, thank you all. That comes from a song or so, but yeah, I'm just politely at this point asking you folks to no, I'm politely asking you to reconsider your actions. Okay, I want to do this in the most political way.
Now, mind you, I'm being very, very quiet.
And he is being very, very quiet because I'm trying to. Oh, listen, I'm trying to do this without some of the situations we've gotten ourselves to in the past. And listen, I'm a new person. I must be a new person for doing that because I'm the first one to get up here and start screaming. But I'm just sick and tired of arguing with people on the internet, if you people understand. So if you want to have any of our guests that we have on and ask them what you want to be asked, have them on your show. You're not coming on here and having me fight your battle. Okay. You're not coming on here and fighting. I'm not fighting your battle. Okay. It's just not going to happen. Have it in your own arena. You know, these guys are just not always guests. They're our friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, these people who we have on, Mark Hoover and Mark Penta and Gary Hoover are my friends.
D-Lex coming on. Steve Moore's coming on. KG's coming on.
Listen, they are our friends. Do you think someone who I don't know, I'm going to sit there and try and disrespect these people and make them
not when the goal when your goal is to stir crap for no particular reason and
use us to stir the crap.
Viewers because you're a shit stirrer. Listen,
exactly.
Trust me when I tell you that I'm notorious for it, and it's not what we do when it comes to equipment. I will tell you the truth. I will tell you what I have found with any piece of equipment in the field. And if someone else does it better, does it different, and tells me, God bless America, it's all about learning and getting better at this hobby. When you blatantly bash a piece of equipment because you're hoping to get other equipment from other people, or you just want to stir up, I'm put this way. I'm biting my tongue. I'm being a bigger man.
Whatever reasons you have, it doesn't matter. Right. It could be because the sun rises in the east. You have an agenda. You keep your agenda in your arena. Yeah. This is my arena, and I can handle. I know I said Mark Pent. I said it on purpose. This is my arena. Go take your ball and play in your own court. Leave me out of it. Okay.
Don't start with me, Richard Kruckmeyer, about the bubbles. He's trying to push my button.
You know what? Michael Baumhoff actually finally. You know what? This is what bothers me. Is every once in a blue moon, Baumhoff or Went says something that makes sense, and I almost missed it. But Baumhoff said exactly. It's not a soapbox for your issues. And that's true. I can't believe Michael Baumhoff must have taken his Prevagen today because he finally, after how many years he finally says. And I'll tell you something, if you come to dig it, dude, you're gonna get to meet Mike Baumhoff, man. He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
I am coming to dig it, dude. By hook or by crook, I'm going to come to dig it, dude.
He's a good guy. So, and then listen, don't forget the other side of Detect America, the lighthearted. I love goofing off. There's no one else who likes to sit here and goof off. And if we decide, me and Frank are sitting here talking about a machine and say, yeah, you know what, it lacks in a certain area. Well, all right, we can do that, but I'm not.
The other thing I wanted to mention was, because it was said, and this is just something I have to clarify, that that this person was surprised that I didn't have my Garrett T-shirt and my Garrett team vest on. I want to make, despite my AT Pro hat, because it's the only hat that I like how it fits me right now. Other than a Garrett machine that was sent to me to test, I've never owned a Garrett machine. And it's not because Garrett is a bad company. It's because it was just the way that my path went in metal detecting. Am I looking forward to Garrett's new machine? I hope it is fantastic. I truly hope it's fantastic.
You're the machine guy, dude. You're the one that looks at the machine. You know what? And I decided, I think I'm taking my, what's this thing called again? The Mind Lab.
The
Equinox. I'm going to take my Equinox out tomorrow. I've been using the Deus too. I'm not afraid to tell you what machines I use. But
I would be using my Legend right now, but my Legend is up for repair.
I tell you my opinion on a machine from using it, and I don't know what to do with it. Okay, so I'm not like these people. I don't buy every machine that comes out, test it, write books. You know what? I got Frank. I got my best friend in the whole wide world, Andy Sabish, to call. You guys are the technical guys. I'm not technical. I take it out there and I give an opinion from a novice. I still think I'm a novice.
I just wanted to say that this just out of the clear blue sky, my opinion on iron bias was in one of Andy's books. Just for you, those of you out there who don't think I know what iron bias is.
Listen, Andy told me to my face that he likes me better than you. That's all. And
I paid Andy to say that.
I got witnesses. I'll swear to it, and Carolyn Cowling will lie. I'll swear. I'll lie, and she'll swear to it. So, great guy. Andy Savish is one of the greatest guys in the world. And all of our guests. That's why I like having our guests, because we become friends after this show. And we stay in contact, and it's great. I got certain people. I will call them from time to time and ask their opinion. They've been guests on our show. I've met them. I respect them.
I speak to Andy.
No, it's not you, Frank. It's not you.
I have asked Andy a million questions over the years, and he's one of the guys that I will. And then there's others that I would never in a million freaking years ever ask an opinion of. But that's just me.
I got a quick question for you, because someone did just ask, someone in the chat. Update on the Xterra Pro. Have you updated it?
The update on the Xterra Pro. Again, it was a very bad day. We have days down here where we have heavy rain, and you might think that the rain kind of equalizes and neutralizes the sand. It does the exact opposite. It washes away all the light stuff. So it was a very chattery day. But it quieted right down. I quieted it right down. It still ran in the water nice and quiet. So now the update didn't take away the secret multi-frequency that's hidden in the beach mode.
So you know what?
To be honest with you, I don't think the update did anything at all.
Let's stop in our tracks 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a great topic to me, is updates, and not just the Xterra Pro. All right, so now with the coming of the computer age, because back in the day, you could. Was it the what do you call the machine we had? The CTX.
Yeah,
was it the CTX that was like one of the first ones you could connect to the internet?
Yeah, really. I mean, it was the first machine that I ever had an update. I think there was only 2 updates back to back right after it came out.
there wasn't. We wanted more, but so I do have a question about updates, and all right. So I got the Deus 2
Mhm.
now. Any machine, let's just take metal detecting machine. You buy it now. All of a sudden, here comes an update. I have heard good and bad about updates. I have heard, and that's probably about every machine that has an update. Don't do the update, do the update, wait on the update, blah, blah, blah. Oh, there's another update on top of this, and then another update. So, what is your opinion about updates? Because I'm not touching my D2. Number one, if I update it, it erases everything I've created.
Well, that's
And
because they're
but
local.
then, but then,
Programming is local.
and you have talked about being able to go back to the way it was.
Well, that's the thing with that. That's one of the nice features of the Legend is that when you update the Legend, and listen, I'm a believer in the updates, guys. I yes, and Andy will tell you. Andy argues with me. Every time you update and you change something, it can affect something else in the circuitry. I haven't had an issue like that with the updates on the Legend. And the nice thing about the Legend update is if you don't like it, if you download 115 and you don't like it, you can go back to 113. You can go back
That's
to
another
111.
one.
I don't know that all the machines are like that.
That's another one that I have to update that I kind of didn't. I mean,
well, and the cool thing about it is if you don't like it,
right, you go back.
Undo it.
But what I'm saying is, I guess it was like the COVID vaccine. I was like, yeah, I'll reluctantly get one. You're like, give me that. Give me a vaccine in every part of my body.
I try to buy them by the 6-pack, but they won't give them to me.
And again, people with different opinions, different choices.
Yeah.
I choose to wait on any of the updates. Now, I think I updated the Equinox when it came out. But
I would be more hesitant to update a machine that is out of warranty than I would a new machine because I'm a firm believer. Listen, you want to send me an update, you tell me it's better. The only way for me to know if it's better is for me to update. If it totally screws the pooch, guess where it's going? It's going back. After that, I'd be a little bit more hesitant.
So what I'm saying is, I guess, there are different strokes for different folks. You, on one hand, like to jump right on, and like you said, you probably made sure you could delete this update.
I did before I updated. But here's the thing: the last update, and just speaking about the Legend, the last update was basically update with the beast mode, and
yeah, that's right. I updated.
There was anything bad about the beast mode, but before I updated it, but I did make sure that I could backtrack.
I updated to the beast mode. Remember? Yeah. Then again, I waited to see what type of problems you had, and you had a problem. You had a problem.
Listen, the Xterra Pro. I had a lot of guys. I took the hit on that. And here's the deal. I actually called my buddy Yamil at Digging It Detectors. And I asked him, I said, Yamil, do you have an unupdated Xterra Pro on the shelf? He said, I do. I said, put it aside for a couple days. I said, because I'm going to do the update. And if the update wipes out what I know was hidden inside the Xterra Pro, I'm going to buy a new Xterra Pro from him. But it didn't. I took it out on the beach and quieted it right down. So, and again, that particular update,
I'll tell you what.
Anything.
I'll bet the other variable in this equation is that you are more knowledgeable about the inner workings of metal detectors as compared to I'm the turn and go guy.
The thing with me, and this wasn't just metal detectors, it was everything growing up. If something did something cool, if a metal detector did something I really liked, I wanted to know why. And you get the ability to circumvent problems in the field if you know the insides and outs of them. And I don't. And listen, the new technology is coming out. Yeah, I'm flying blind with half of this stuff, but to have a basic knowledge of the inner workings of these things is helpful. It really is helpful with issues.
like I said, if
Listen,
you get,
there's too many web pages out there right now. And guys are coming on saying my machine is chattery in my backyard, and these guys are saying send it back. Send it back. What about lowering the sensitivity? What about cleaning the coil cover? What about the basic stuff to learn the machine? You're never gonna learn the machine is if
that's
every
why
problem
that's
you run
why
into has to go
that's why
back.
I'm different. I'm different. I like turn and go. So if I download something and have to reset the machine up, like the Deus, or it
Yeah,
screws something up and I have to go out and I don't feel like going through all that.
yeah.
I want to turn this thing on, go out on the beach and find nothing and be miserable, and then call you and complain about it.
Yeah, well, I ain't finding much more.
But I just
It's hard to find targets in my shop.
so bottom
Actually, it's
line
not
is,
hard to find targets in my shop. It's just hard to detect.
so basically my opinion is, folks, when it comes to a download, and maybe you're not as fluent in metal detecting, you may want to wait and get a full-fledged report from others who are downloading it and find the pros and cons of it before doing it.
Or others that don't have to download it and just assume they know.
And then if you are very tech savvy, well, I'm not giving you any credit about being tech savvy because you're.
It doesn't even listen. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to know everything that goes on inside of a metal detector. But what you have to know is if you run into a situation in the field, you have to know how at least a couple of things to try to get around that.
No, I can't do that.
You can't hit a patch that makes your machine go a little crazy and then decide that your machine has to get shipped back.
Well, let's take some people for example. I have some friends who I detect with. I'm not going to mention any names: Rich, Elaine, Debbie, Carolyn. I'm not going to mention their names. Okay, but if something goes wrong with their machine, they don't necessarily know how to fix it. So if they go on and try an update and completely screw it up, you know who they call? Me. And then you know what I do? I tell them to call you.
I like listen, Elaine. Listen, you got to be very proud.
Hey, go hold on. No,
Elaine calls me about a coil and then says, "I'm not doing anything until I talk to Steve."
Don't mention Elaine's name. Remember, we're not speaking of. We're not putting any names out there.
Yeah, okay. Forget I said Elaine. I didn't mean Elaine. I meant John.
I do want to put a message out there. If you are you're watching the show right now, and if you're one of the people I detected with last week, there was only 2. If you were one of the 2, I just got a message from the other one, and you want to go? No, not Elaine. If you want to go out detecting tomorrow, let me know, because I'm going to go out in the afternoon. Oh, great. Oh, that sucks. So the other one just backed out. So I know you're watching the show. You want to detect. Give me a call after the show, and we'll go down to the beach. So, and I called Rich to ask him if he could go, and he said again,
you don't mention any names.
Again, he said no. Well, I'm talking about going to detecting. My buddy Rich must hate me because he ain't going detecting with me.
Yeah, he's not allowed. You know that. Is there a car show this weekend? He's not allowed to go.
Now, see, Matt Kwiatkowski would go, but then he'd have to spend the night, and that shit ain't happening. Dude, I'll go metal detecting with Matt Kwiatkowski, but you ain't spending the night, buddy. That's some of the funniest shit that ever went down. That weekend was funny as hell between me and him. What a good guy, and I like spending time with him. He's a great guy, but we know we love Joni better. So,
well,
yeah, we love Joni.
You have to love Joni better.
Yeah, we love Joni. She's the best. So I'm sorry to have to come on here and, like Mike Baumhoff said, I had to get on my own soapbox, but you know what? Just stay in your piece of the world, and I'll stay in mine. And don't tell me I'm the greatest guy in the world, but if you're going to tell me what to do, it ain't going to work.
For the sake of sanity, we're not gonna shoot across the bow and start another war.
No. And I got to tell you something. You know, the funny thing is, I was talking about like Frank in my relationship. We don't really tell each other what to do.
No.
No, we don't sit there and say, no, it's
No,
going to be this
Steve just assumes I'm right. So it's easy. It's easy.
way. It's just we've had a good working relationship, and if I have an idea, Frank will listen to it. Frank has an idea, I usually go along with it because a lot of our, and we've had some good ideas, we've had some bad ideas. So at this point, let's talk about our upcoming show, and that is with DLEC next week.
And now that said, if she will confirm with me tomorrow. But as of right now, it looks like next Monday night we'll have DLEC. If not, it won't be long after that. But I will confirm as soon as I confirm with her. The following week we've got Steve Moore, and I believe we're being joined by KG. And we're going to have a talk about the vortex, because the vortex needs to be talked about.
Correct. But no, I want to talk about
too many people hating on a new machine without anybody having their hands on it.
I want to promote our next show.
Our next show, our next show is probably DLEC, but I can't guarantee it.
Okay, so if DLEC comes, we're trying to get DLEC on. Yeah, well, let's face it. Okay, here we have one of the nicest ladies in the world wake up at 3:00 in the morning to come on to our show. And listen, we've razzed her before. We
and if DLEC is coming on, Mark
Taminsky
is probably coming on.
Yeah,
I have to talk with DLEC tomorrow about other things, and we'll confirm for the next Monday then.
So now, Carolyn Callan.
No, I haven't booked Carolyn yet.
Wait. It says, it's nice to have D.A. Frank as a friend I can call. I got a question.
Carolyn, it's nice to have you as a friend too.
WTF. What am I, chopped liver? Am I chopped liver? Even Carolyn County. Now, jump ship. My own granddaughter. Where's Frank?
I love Lily. She's awesome.
I don't get it. And yes, Elaine Fonts is watching. I just saw.
And how is your granddaughter's knee?
Listen. No. Monday night I do a show. Stay the hell out of here. Listen, my granddaughter is on a freaking rampage.
Listen, the poor kid is in pain. She can't move around.
Oh my God. She is like the meanest person in the world. I had to go get her dinner tonight, and then she came home and I said, I want you to sit at the table. No.
Lily, you come down here, we'll get a nice raft. You can float on the pool.
It was no, bring it to me here on the couch. No, Lil, I want to. That's where she wound up eating. Oh my God. It's like, she's like Leona Helmsley on steroids, dude. Bring it to me. You're all beneath me. Oh my God. Yeah, somebody said,
get her a bell.
Listen, she don't need a bell. She don't need a bell. She starts calling the phone. I can't win with her, dude. So I had to go. I said, what do you want for dinner? She goes, I want hibachi. No hibachi. Then what did she say? Something else. No, you're not getting that. So then she said, I said, the best I'll do is get you the Chinese food from around the corner. She didn't want that. No, I didn't want that. So she was going to send me all the way down into Hannonfield to get her Chinese food. So then she changed her mind and wanted Mexican. So with everything that was going on today, there's a lot going on in my world. I got it from all directions today. I said, all right, I'll have time. And it worked out. But I had to go pick her Mexican food up. Now, again, I had to take into consideration what I was going to have for dinner, we'll say. And I can't have Mexican, so I had to come home and make my dinner, which was good. But no, there's no other way but hers. It's worse than dealing with you.
You got a list?
A list of what?
Names.
You didn't tell me you were giving shit away.
So we're going to give away.
Oh, you're gonna have to wait while I get all the names. Hashtag Frank's a boob on YouTube.
Where the heck did it go?
Start making hashtags so that I can get your name. I'm going on YouTube and I'll collect your names.
I brought out a coin box and I lost half of it. Oh, there it is.
By the way, you referred to it as DP3 or something?
3DP.
Oh, 3DP. What? I know what a DP is, but what's 3DP?
That's when there's two friends.
Oh, that is what I would thought. Okay. Yeah.
We're doing 3D printing. Certain things, we're not going into a whole big spiel of 3D printing. We're printing a couple of cool items. We're printing bumpers for different machines, for the Manticore, for the Equinox, for whatever. We're doing a couple of the coin boxes because I thought it was cool. I want to do coin box. And we are doing carbon fiber, solid filled coil ear protectors, dude. They are, and the whole bottom line was this is stuff everybody gets, especially for certain machines. And these things rock. These things are rock hard, solid. They do not move. They will not break. And they're going to be at like pretty much the best price that's going to be out there. We're not. We want to do this stuff and get it out to people cheaply, inexpensively.
I told you you're going to keep your prices low.
Yeah. Listen, these there's a couple that are carbon fiber or solid filled that are going for as high as $29. These things are $10, guys.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
When Johnny Carson was doing a show, would people just walk in and interrupt him? Dude, what are you doing?
Call me Ed.
Why call? Go away.
I'm Ed McMahon.
You need to not interrupt me while I'm doing a show.
Sorry.
So I get now. This is what I get. Sorry.
So that's going to be tonight's prize. Tonight's prize. Now, if you don't have an Equinox, guys, just tell me. You'll get the coin box anyway. But if you have an Equinox, you're going to get the coin box, and you're going to get a carbon fiber coil ear protector.
So you're just taking it on the assumption that,
Exactly.
Yeah, I got you. All right, so
but these things have become quite popular.
wow, we have a lot of people in. There's a good amount of people here, which is good because there's not very many doubles on here. I got to remove Michael Baumhoff. I got to remove half of these names. Baumhoff
and guys, the coil ear protectors are brand new. We're giving them away so you can give me feedback on them. Whether they fit perfectly, whether they need a larger bolt. I'm giving them away, these few away, because I want feedback on them.
And the thing is,
before they hit the pages.
The thing is, you don't have to answer because I just got your name. So there's no need to reply within a minute. Wait, what the heck is going on? I can't present another page now. It's stopping me. Oh, that's weird. I can't share the page to. What's it say? Stop screen. What does that mean? Uh-oh. All right, let's try that then. Now I can share screen. I guess it had to do with the old one that I had.
Maybe, yeah.
All right, let's see. So here you've got the names.
All right, here's the deal. If you don't have an Equinox and you let me know, we'll put a silver pull tab in it instead.
Oh, that's nice. I'd rather have that. So put that screen up.
Oh.
And we'll pick names. You decide whatever we're giving away, you decide. Right?
Yep.
All right. So I pick a name. What are you giving away?
We're giving away
you already
we're giving away the coin box with a carbon fiber coil ear protector.
All right, good.
Tested to 70 pounds.
No. Keep going. Oh, thank God. All right, Ian Aiken. Write the name down. Ian Aiken.
Ian Aiken, PM me, brother. I know you. I think you're swinging a a Notka. So I will throw a silver pull tab in there for you.
So Baumhoff said, if I win, I'll give it to anyone but Steve Pacifico, and it went right past his name. I hope you noticed that. Are you giving away something next? See, Baumhoff, so you saw I didn't necessarily erase your name from the
all right,
giveaway.
I'll have to print another one up, but I'll do another coin box.
All right, another coin box.
So Ian, I don't think Ian has an Equinox. So the same thing goes. If you have an Equinox, I will give you the Coil Ear Protector. If you don't, this one I'll throw a coin in.
All right, the next winner is John Burrill.
John Burrill.
Yeah, we've met him down in Florida. Nice
Another
guy.
fine Aquatech user.
And there you have it, folks.
John might have an Equinox. I can't remember now.
There you have it, folks. Another week where Baumhoff or Wendt do not win.
Michael, Ian Aiken, you have a legend. You are part of the cool kids.
So, well, thanks for doing giveaways. 906. Let's look forward to having D-Lec in the show next week.
Yep, I will talk as soon as I confirm her tomorrow, guys. I will post it on the page.
And we can. You're going to close this. Why don't you go close out Detect America first?
Yeah, let me go run and close out the Detect America page,
and then we will. Then we'll figure some kind of stuff out. I don't know of what to do in life. Oh wow, he just got up and disappeared. Wife, what are you doing back there?
Nothing.
Why do you interrupt us during this show?
Because I can.
No, you need not interrupt us. I can't win. I can't win. I don't win. What song is this?
Did you cook something on the burner?
Yeah, why?
You left it on.
I checked the burners. I really did.
theoretically, we
This is a cool tune. So, we're off on Detect America. Not that I still see us on there. Oh, it says we were live. Okay. All right, well, we got through that. So let's say goodnight, everybody, before you see me and my wife fighting and arguing. She said I left the burner on again, and I don't think I did. Hey, my mouse is missing.
Is it a mouse or was it a gerbil? Come on, be honest.
I don't know what happened. Oh, that computer freaking out. So, all right, let's say goodnight, goodbye, and see you again sometime. Whatever. Hit the button.